Why am I part of the movement?
Yeah, why are you part of the movement?
The main reason I'm part of the movement is because I am just completely fed up with the way this country's been run. I don't feel like our voice of the people is being heard. I believe that corporations are using their power and their influence to influence politicians to do their bidding, and unfortunately that leaves people like me and you left out of the loop. And I think it's time for a change, and that's the main reason that I'm here. I'm not a radical. It's the first time I've ever been involved in a protest. I have a job. I'm not homeless. I'm not a hippie. You know, I pay taxes, but I don't feel like my voice is represented in this government, and I'm sick and tired of it. And I think that this is a perfect time for change, and that's why I'm here.
You're involved with the organization of the food, is that correct?
That's correct.
And how did you take on that role? How were you chosen, or how did you choose yourself?
Well, there are no leaders chosen. Everything is volunteer or committee related. So any proposals or anything is voted on unanimously by the group. The thing that I've found in the way that I ended up in this role is I used to run a catering company. So I have a lot of food serving items. I've got a lot of ice chests. I've got a lot of cooking stuff. So when my brothers out here started spending the night, we didn't have a kitchen. We had maybe 6 cases of water, some bags of pretzels and stuff like that. And I figured, you know, I know how to cook. I've run a catering company. I have supplies. We load it up and get it out here. And that's sort of how I became in charge of the food. And not really in charge, because no one's in charge, but part of the food team. It's just, we all find our strengths out here. You know, not everybody is great at speaking. Not everybody knows everything about the law. No, not everybody knows how to cook. But collectively, we know all of it. And that's the beauty of it. It's progressively, we're learning that everybody in this group has something to contribute. And as soon as they find what their strength is and what that is, they're diving in 100% and giving their all.
Now, you mentioned that you ran a catering company. Were you the owner of this?
I was.
So you have been a small business owner, but you use the past tense, which implies that you are no longer a small business owner.
That is correct.
How has that shaped your view on the way the system runs and things like that?
Well, my situation was interesting. I grew up and lived the majority of my life in Los Angeles, California. I've been out in Nashville for the last 5 years. Our main reason for moving to Nashville was both my wife and I were laid off from our jobs, and we're finding it incredibly difficult to find business loans in order to keep my small business on the side, which was the catering company, running. I was trying to get money to keep that business going, and unfortunately no banks wanted to give me any money, even though I had pretty decent credit. I had a job, another consistent job. I couldn't get a business loan. So we moved to Tennessee because it was cheaper to live out here than it was in California. When we got out here, we both got jobs, and then again, unfortunately, my wife was laid off again. She spent 18 months unemployed. We almost lost our house. We had to borrow money just to stay in our house. And ultimately, you come to the realization that it's not as easy to just go out and make it for yourself as the American dream implies, because there's a lot of forces right now that are working against you.
Gotcha. And now, had you taken out business loans in the past?
I have not.
Okay.
I have not. Originally, the startup cost for the catering business that I ran was all personal savings. I had a business partner, and the two of us went out and split the costs on getting the equipment, and we both worked for restaurants, so we both garnered our knowledge through our, our regular 9-to-5 jobs. But yeah, I mean, we looked for private investment, we looked for banks, and at the time when we were doing it, it was difficult to secure either one. So, no, thankfully, and actually I'm very glad that I didn't get a business loan, because I don't owe any money to any banks right now.
Well, that's good.
Except for my mortgage, but who knows who owns that right now, because it's been sold about 4 times, which is also a very frustrating issue. My name's Kevin. I am proud to be a part of Occupy Nashville. I am an occupier. I encourage anybody who wants to come out and support, spend an hour, spend a night, spend a week, however much time you want to put in. We are gladly accepting it. And come on down, make some new friends, and learn what's going on.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Kevin.
My pleasure.